Hey guys! The other day I was at my grandma's house visiting and we got into a conversation. I actually explained to her that James, myself, and Kennedy have an upcoming Disney World trip. And she asked us the question that we get every single time we talk about Disney World. Are you guys going to Disney World again? Well, on today's show, James and I will be discussing our reasons why we visit Disney World often and why maybe you should visit more than once. All that is coming up right now. Hello and welcome. Happy holidays. We're your hosts. I'm Janine.
And I'm James.
And this is Teach Me How to Disney episode 2. Yes. So, as I mentioned before, we usually get that question, y'all going to Disney World again? Yes. We're going to Disney World again and again and again and again. So, as I said, we're going to talk about our top 3 personal reasons as to why we visit Disney World so often. James, you want to start us off with your number 3 reason?
Yep. Number 3, excellent service. My thing is customer service. I like to be treated well. I like to go somewhere and get good service and have a good time. I think it makes my time better.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever been somewhere and you get a bad waitress and you have a bad time. It makes the whole night bad because it wasn't what you wanted the experience to be like. So I like Disney for the fact that they take the time to give you great service, to make sure that you're having fun, to make sure that you're as like my wife says, to make sure you're having a magical time, you know.
Yeah, that's their thing. Have a magical day.
As a part of that, I also like the fact that, you know, they're trying to make your time happy and good, and I like it that the people are genuinely happy. I'm not necessarily a fan of people when they feel like they're kind of trying to be happy because it's their job.
Right.
But I enjoy when people are actually genuinely happy and they like being there and they like doing their job. I think it makes my time a little bit more enjoyable.
Actually, might I jump in and tell a little story about?
Go for it.
So the last time we were at Disney World, we went to one of the restaurants, Kona Cafe, and we were all excited. That's like one of our favorite restaurants. We'll get into that another time. But long story short, we went and I ordered something off the menu. Now, I don't have an adventurous palate, so I'm a very basic person. When I get something I like it. But they had changed the menu and I decided, well, I'll try. Since we're here, we made the reservation. Let me try whatever this meal was. It was some type of steak. I don't know, with some special sauce or something. Well, I tried it and I bit into it and had some special noodles.
Special sauce?
I don't know. No, it wasn't the steak. It was some noodle dish. I don't know. It was something. And I put it again? Kona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I put the food in my mouth and immediately I just went. And James and my mother-in-law were like, "What's going on?" And I was like, and I spit the food out, which is really bad. But I did, y'all. I did. But the thing is, we called the server over, told them what happened, and immediately the manager was all over it. I mean, they replaced my meal. And then, but when we were leaving, he gave our baby, at the time she was 18 months. It was her first Disney trip.
Yep.
He gave her this stuffed animal, this Stitch that she sleeps with till today. But that was one of those magical moments. She got that from him. Yes. So that was one of those what they call a magical moment where the cast members really do try to give you that above and beyond experience. So yes, James is right. So I just wanted to give an example of that. Is that okay?
But what's your number 3?
Well, my number 3, everybody shopping. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now, let me say this. Things have changed since, the internet has evolved and things have come on. When we first started going to Disney together, you weren't able to go online and buy the things that you can get down in Disney online. Now you can do that at shopdisney.com for the most part, but there's still things down there that you can't get online or anywhere up here. So I enjoy going down to Disney because I can go to down there to go shopping at one of my favorite places, which is the Christmas store. As y'all can see, we have our Disney tree and a lot of these ornaments that I actually got from the Disney, the Christmas store down there. So those are things that you can sometimes get them online, but you can't. But so I like going down there because there are things that are specifically exclusive to Disney World and you cannot get it where we live or anywhere else. And sometimes not even online on their online store. So
even on the Disney Park site?
Sometimes you can't.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes you can. So yes. Sometimes you can see things down there and actually see it online, but there are some things, some different things or items, merchandise, however you want to put it, that you cannot get online.
That's true.
And we've had that problem. So I enjoy going down there for shopping. Disney Springs is awesome, and then like the little gift shops and the hotels. I said hotel resorts. I'm trying to say resorts. Within the resorts, they're really really nice. So shopping is my number 3. How about your number 2, James?
Coming in number 2 for me is experiences and entertainment. So I like checking out the new rides, the roller coasters, the shows, all the different things that they have in terms of entertainment. I like making memories. I like taking pictures. We usually get the memory maker package, so that and what that is so that they kind of take pictures for you while you're in Disney, because there's photographers everywhere, and you could just pose. You don't have to worry about having your camera or taking a picture at a specific place, because they usually have at most of the scenic places or at the character spots or at these different places that you could just take a picture, and it automatically uploads digitally to a cloud that you can download from it and gather all your pictures and do what you want with them.
So. And
part of the entertainment and experiences that makes me want to keep coming back to Disney is you can't do it all. There's literally too many things.
And they keep adding more stuff.
It's more stuff coming out in 2018, 2019.
It's getting crazy, y'all.
It's overwhelming.
My number 2?
Yep.
Food. Yum, yum. People who know me know I like to eat and I love food. Actually, I'm laughing when I say this. I think we tend to spend more time eating
than anything else.
Now, for other people that do Disney, you may want to ride more. James and I, when we plan our trips, we book the deluxe dining package. I know that that's like the worst thing most people say that they ever do. They don't understand why. It's one of the more expensive options in terms of food, but you get 3 meals a day, 3 snacks a day, and that is a lot of food, but we've learned how to work the system, and we will teach you. Whereas we are adding meals together and eating at nicer places. Sometimes we're eating at signature restaurants. So we're talking about places where food, the one meal could cost, or one entree could cost like $70. It's crazy. So we have fun. But we use our meal credits to do that. But anyway, like I said, I love the food. According to eater.com, which I looked up, they did an interview with a young lady named AJ Wolf. Shout out to AJ Wolf in the Disney Food Blog. She's another person that we follow, and we look at her videos and we look at her internet page to look at food, because sometimes when you're going to Disney World, you don't know what you're going to get. So she has pictures of food and things like that, and we check her out. But according to eater.com, who they interviewed her, Disney has around 300 restaurants, and they're making more. We only go down there for, I guess, a couple days at a time. You can't eat at all 300 restaurants the whole time you're there. So that's another reason why we continue to go back, because we can try different restaurants every single time we go. And we've had good experiences and we've had bad experiences. But for the most part, I would say that our experiences have been pretty good with the food. Yeah?
Absolutely.
All right. How about your number 1?
Well, nice lead in, because my number 1 is actually food and restaurants. So,
Yay.
So I mean, I feel like one of the biggest reasons I like going down there is because there's always a new restaurant to go try. I like personally trying new food. My wife doesn't really. She's one of those people that likes to do things over and over again because she likes to do them.
I do.
I'm one of those people that like to do new things. So I like going down there for the fact that there's always a new restaurant that we could try. There's always some new food that we haven't tasted, or someplace that we haven't gone to try something new. And chasing the new, you get to go to new places. I think that going to the same old places is kind of, it gets kind of boring to me. Unless
you have a favorite, right?
Disney World is so big.
It is. It's a world unto itself. I actually read somewhere I can't get it right, but it's the size of one of these cities out here, but it's pretty big.
It is. You get an opportunity to see different architecture. Like, one of the other things is if you get a chance to eat at one of the resorts, like say Animal Kingdom at Boma or something like that, you get an opportunity to just look around at the architecture and the time that they put into the artwork and the theming and everything that kind of goes into being in a new place and trying new food.
Right.
It's not the same as being in a park and being on a ride, but it is. I think it's just as exhilarating because I like different flavors. So for those that like that, it's definitely a reason for you to check it out.
Sorry, if it actually wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be trying all these different restaurants. But I'm glad he makes us do it because it gives me a little bit more exposure. I think, like I said, we have an upcoming trip coming, and we will be giving you guys information and showing you things from that. But I think this next trip we have coming up, we have, if I have it right, I think 16 dining reservations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot. So, at a whole bunch of different restaurants. So we're going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Food is good. My number one is, ladies and gentlemen, it's my happy place. So Disney World is, like we said, it's a whole city unto itself. And it really is, I hate to say it, it sounds so cliche, but it's the truth. It really is one of the most happiest places on earth. And like James said earlier, like he talked about the people being genuinely happy. I don't think I've ever ran into a cast member that's had a bad day. Have you? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So it's never been my experience where I just had somebody be flat out nasty and mean. That's not to say that it doesn't happen. But I feel like Disney is the place where I can go and just forget about what's going on in real time for a couple days and refresh myself, get a little relaxation, have a little fun with my family, and just enjoy the magic in the moment, as they like to say. So, like I said, I don't think it's perfect, but it definitely is special to me. It's something, for those of you who may not know, this is a personal tidbit, but my parents are deceased. My mom died when I was younger. One of the things she wanted to do was to take me to Disney on Christmas. Well, she died before being able to do that. So once I got old enough, I started going on my own. And from that point forward, I just loved it. So I think it's really special to me because of that. And we take our daughter now. And we went before we had a kid, and now we're going with our kids. So, it's my happy place, guys. So I have an honorable mention, right? James mentioned parks and entertainment. I also enjoy the parks and entertainment. I think they do a really good job, especially with like the shows and stuff, the makeup. Whoever does their makeup, stage makeup, it's so good. And even like when you're walking the streets of like Main Street and Magic Kingdom, they have what they call streetmosphere, like the people that are dressed in costumes, they're in character. I remember they stopped us one time and they were like, "Say frothy," and I was like, "Frothy," and my husband looked at me like, "What are you doing?" But they're in character all the time. So I just really think that they do a good job of putting forth, top-notch entertainment. It's actually kind of funny because now that we've been there and then we go to other amusement parks in our area, we're like, what is this? They need to talk to Disney. This is subpar,
We always
get real mad. Yeah,
constantly comparing.
Yeah, we're really mad because we spend you spend a whole bunch of money in amusement parks and then you go to Disney and you get the Disney experience and then you come home to the parks around here and you're like, what in the world what are they doing? They need to go get some help. As we bring this episode to a close, we actually got a question for you YouTubers. We want to know, and we'd like for you to interact with us in our comment section. We want to know, have you visited Walt Disney World before? And if so, why do you keep going back? So please answer us, and we would like to start a little dialogue in our comment section. Next, we'd like to thank you so much for watching us today. Also, we ask that you would go ahead and consider following us on Twitter and Instagram at Tiggett TV. That's spelled Tiggett TV.
2 G's, 2 T's.
That's right. And also, if you really found value in watching us today, please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing it on your social media platforms such as Facebook. So, that about does it for this episode of Teach Me How to Disney. I'm Janine.
And I'm James.
And we'll see you next time. Have a great day and happy holidays, guys. Bye.